Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today our idle villager has learned how to crawl, kinda, which is the first step in a 10-step plan to get him playing ranked ladder Age of Empires. But until he does, we'll be sitting down to watch Hera playing as the Portuguese in blue take on MbL playing as the Spanish in red. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings and try to go up to Feudal Age as fast as possible, let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Portuguese are civilizations whose powerful economic bonuses allow it to take advantage of even more powerful gunpowder units to get an early game boost to your economy. Portuguese foragers, which will be taking these amazingly delicious lemons, also generate wood for all the berries they collect. Their units cost less gold. All of their units cost less gold. All technologies are researched faster. And once you hit Imperial, if we're lucky enough to see it, you can build a unique structure, an economic unique structure, the Feitoria. This is an economic building that generates all 4 resources, but does take up 20 population space. Now, using all of these bonuses and features, the Portuguese can field an impressive gunpowder-based army, since they do have access to every single non-unique gunpowder unit in the game, both on land and on the water. On the water, not exactly playing a role in this game. All of their gunpowder units can be upgraded to fire more accurately at moving targets and to increase the speed of their projectile, with which strongly benefits their unique unit, the organ gun. This is a gunpowder siege unit that fires 5 or 6 bullets in a small spread, designed to hit multiple targets at once, and does come with a nice +1 attack bonus against infantry, skirmishers, and buildings. Now, due east, pulling his first elephant, taking damage. We've got MbL playing as the Spanish, a paramilitary civilization that loves its gunpowder units just as much as the Portuguese do. To start with, all Spanish gunpowder units fire 18% faster, and their unique unit, the Conquistador, is a heavy-hitting, less accurate mounted hand cannoneer that comes with more HP but less range. Now, in order to help them defend their costly gunpowder units on the battlefield, the Spanish can train missionaries, which are basically mounted monks with less range that can't pick up any relics. The Spanish can also upgrade both their monks and the missionaries I just mentioned to convert enemy units faster, and to upgrade the missionary range to get a nice +1 boost. Now, to support their military industrial complex, Spanish villagers do build structures 30% faster. Their blacksmith upgrades cost no gold whatsoever, and they do get a nice government rebate of 20 gold for every technology that's researched. So before MbL goes up to Feudal Age, no doubt we are going to see loom being researched. We'll see the gold go from 100 to 50, and then once it's completed, up to 70. Now, if you haven't been watching the last few games with the Spanish, you might be wondering why I call them a paramilitary organization. You may not have even read some of the comments that made light of that. Why do I call them that? Because their villagers can actually be upgraded to get a massive 40 HP boost, a massive +2/+2 armor, and a massive +6 attack boost, which together with the sappers upgrades does make them absolutely ludicrously good at taking down buildings, towers, castles, walls, and absolutely demolish certain units in the very late stages of the game. Those are the 2 civilizations. The Iberian peninsula seems to have erupted into a state of war. Both players sitting on 17, 18 villagers apiece. There is loom. Let's take a look. 50 gold remaining in the Spanish coffers, and in 50%, in 50%, that makes no sense. In 15 seconds, we'll take a look and see this gold jump up to 70 gold. There it is, and immediately clicks up to feudal. No doubt Hera will do the same thing once he finishes loom. Maybe. There it is. He was down 125 food, but the quick drop off of the elephant meat. Let's take a look at the bases while the players head up to the next age. Looks like their scouts have discovered one another here. High ground for MbL. So Hera's got to back away, and he continues to push the gazelle. Holy moly. Not only did he take and engage, not only did he discover his opponent's scout cavalry, but he did not lose control of the gazelle right up until it ran into this annoying villager who was carrying giant stakes on his back, and then that kind of clogged the works over here next to this choke point. But in any event, primary gold for our Spaniard, very exposed in the front, annoyingly placed next to a hill, but good location perhaps for a town center. Primary stone nice and secure in the back. A good number of forests surrounding the rear position of his base, but the forward part completely open. and a lot of high ground for his opponent to potentially take. Our Portuguese, let's take a look. Primary gold, nice and secure in the back, but again, annoyingly placed on the slope, the shady slope of a hill. Primary stone also on the slope of a hill. Man, what is going on with these Arabia generations lately? MbL has discovered where Hera is. Forests for our Portuguese in the corners, so the same 4 does have one a little bit further away, but this base a little bit harder to wall off, especially in the forward position, especially with 1, 2, 3 mountain ranges in the forward position, although we'll call this 2 mountain ranges. What an absolute terrible location for those mountain ranges, unless Hera can take hold of them, in which case they're fantastic defensive positions. We'll see who actually manages, who pushes into who. 2 gunpowder civilizations, 2 very powerful economic civilizations that, you know, at various times throughout the game's history have both been called OP. First kill of the game goes to this villager who remains alive with 3 HP after she butchered the scout cavalry. And now Hera loses the scout, has to back away. But will he? Probably. Rather, MbL, what the hell am I talking about? Hera is backing away with his scout just to keep an eye on these militiamen so that he can attack them with this full health spearman. Not too sure 1 spearman can take on these militias, even though they are down to less than half of their health. And now Hera absconds with his scout to the right side of the map to start looking for his opponent. Has he seen? No, he hasn't. So he's seen the additional gold and stone, suspected that perhaps his opponent is somewhere here, but just now discovers where his opponent is located as MbL pulls back his army a little bit to give time for these spearmen to join in on the fight, perhaps expecting cavalry out of our Portuguese, but no cavalry is forthcoming. Instead, a couple of archers, and by a couple, I mean 4. A couple of archers already out on the map, a couple more in training. Gonna stop saying the word couple as this scout stops halfway through the map. MbL obviously has seen the entirety of his opponent's base and loses now the last army unit of his. 5 kills to none for our Portuguese, who now is comfortable moving forward in our Spaniard emergency wall off. Probably won't get the southern wall off up in time. The one to the north has Hera seen this one? No, he hasn't. So not a big rush over there. Skirmishers are out, which should absolutely zone this entire Portuguese army out. Although missing an opportunity to take a volley. Okay, it does take one. Take us a second. High ground helps keep this archer alive, but not for long. And now he's going to use this scout most likely to just move around the map, perhaps looking for relics, trying to find the rear position of his opponent's base for now, because he again has not discovered any of it. Sees the villager for a brief flash of a second. And now the Spanish army is here. 4 skirmishers. What the hell can our Portuguese field against this? He does not have anything here right now. So not that this army is a killer army. I mean, 1 unit attacks on a massive 3. Another unit attacks on a massive 2. So they're not going to kill anything. But they can shoo away some of these berry pickers, which for the Portuguese means you lose both food and wood. Wood not exactly being too big of an issue. Hera, look at the wall off that he's created for himself. This is a huge chunk of the map that he's carved on the left side. The right side, nothing up yet. MbL chases this scout away. 4 HP left on him as he returns home with his army, having killed 1 archer long time ago on one of these hills. I forget which one. No, there it is. Just in case I forgot, the quiver is there on the sands to remind us where that unit was killed. MbL raking up his first kill, but now he has no real way to enter his base. He's got to go all the way around. That's a little bit sour. I often wonder why the pro players do this, why they don't build a palisade gate, for example, or delete one of their own palisade walls. I mean, I get that you're trying to float as few resources as possible, and you don't want to spend as many resources as possible, because MbL, look at that, he's not even extending all the way to the edge of the map because he wants to have as much wood in his pockets as possible. But it does mean that these units have to get all the way back here, unless that was part of the plan for MbL. I don't believe it was. He probably would have preferred to escape to the safety of his settlement, which for now, for sure he is, having seen the scouts. His skirmishers not able to take any fights against these scouts right now. He might maneuver them perhaps to kill an archer, but he's going to lose all of them. And he is going up to Castle Age. All of his food, all of his gold disappeared. Our Portuguese still 400 food away from being able to click up as he now tries to bust into this Portuguese settlement, Spanish settlement rather. And now he backs away. Cannot engage with these skirmishers, not when they're behind a wall. Is this walled off? Yes, okay, there is a palisade in there. Using the primary gold as part of the wall off, interesting move. He is now mining the gold in the back. So wants to get up to castle, wants to secure his base. Does our Spaniard, and then he'll take this gold. For now, though, he says, you know what, I've got this other gold pile here. It's on the low ground. I don't need to really worry about this hill over here. Hera continuing. He has not explored this part yet. Will now. Is he going to go after the one in the corner? Yes, yes, no. MbL suspects that he will, so he plops down an emergency secondary wall-off house. Because why the hell not? MbL, as we've seen, housed a lot in the last few games, has gone up to 70. 75 now. Population room with a population of 49. So he's got about 26 population space. Hera also clicked up the Castle Age, but a full minute, a little bit over a minute behind his opponent. MbL getting bloodlines. Are we going to see a cavalry transition from our Spaniard? How many stables does he have? That is just the one. Okay. We'll see. Leave it up to the players to decide how they want to go. Hera is out on the map. Now, the bad news for MbL, he is full on turtle mode. Look at this. Look at his map vision. He doesn't see anything. He's going to hit castle first. He's getting armor upgrades for his cavalry. But he doesn't see what the hell is going out on the map. He doesn't know when Hera's going up. He can look at the score and see that Hera's ahead a little bit. But beyond that, I'm not too sure that this is a good move here for our Spaniard. Okay, finally leaves his base. He's got 11 skirmishers now against the 14 archers. Let's see. Probably going to see elite skirmisher. Probably going to see crossbows. But for now, what we're seeing is 3 scouts moving out on the map, intercepting, getting vision of this. Fantastic move out by Hera. Sees the entirety of the Spanish army as it moves out towards him. MbL now replaces it with a gate. So walled off yet again. And now his knights are out. 2 of them are here. Second town center going up for our Portuguese as the Spanish one already completed. What an ugly set of hills. Absolutely stopping the location. I mean, where do you put a town center? Here? Next to the wood? I don't know. For now, players have disengaged, now re-engaging. We still haven't seen elite skirmisher from our Spanish. Crossbow for our Portuguese is already out. And Hera, I mean, look at his map vision on the mini-map. He's seen, what, 80% of the map? MbL, look at this, has seen nothing. But does he care? Usually when a player has this limited scouting, I'm not going to guarantee, I'm not going to predict. It's sometimes, I shouldn't even use the word usually, because, you know, never tried to predict. But it sometimes means that they are planning just a big old full frontal attack. There's the elite skirmisher upgrade, perhaps realizing a little bit too late that he doesn't have it. Now that crossbows are going to zone out these monks. I say monks, I do it all the time. I mean knights. Missionary is out on his donkey as he starts healing up units. And now the dance of the early Castle Age / remainder of Feudal Age units begins, and Hera's got to get the hell out of here. Now he sees elite skirmishers. Now there's no more longevity in this map. Adds in a knight of his own, a second one training. But defender's advantage, easier to get your units out onto the battlefield here for MbL, who is down 6 army count, but is ahead a few villagers, getting a university up. But yeah, as I was saying before the players started engaging, these hills just make base building so annoying and so difficult. Even the Portuguese base is not looking good. There's so many of these hills. But why the hell not for us as the viewers? We're not the one clicking buttons. We're not the ones under stress, pressured here, trying to figure out what the hell to do, where to build it, what to do, and where to do it. It should be the slogan of Age of Empires. Oh, be careful with your skirmishers as the knights move in. Light cav going straight for the missionaries. Do get gunned down. At least one of them does. Missionaries survive. Okay, now there's a monk for our Portuguese, who looks like he wants to convert one of the knights of the Spanish. Our Spaniard doing a good job with these units. They're not the strongest now, especially not with so much cavalry. Now there's 5 cavalry units on the field of battle, and if Hera positions his army on the high ground with these cavalry, he could absolutely wreck, I think, what our Spaniard has, with the one big question mark being how will the random number generator work towards or against MbL's favor. That's the big question. How will these missionaries play a role? Aside from that, I think Hera here has the better army. Hera housed at 85, MbL a lot of army, or total, I guess, army and civilian population. A 4th town center for our Portuguese is going up. A 3rd forward one now that he feels comfortable. Our Spaniard is getting that primary gold. Somebody killed the Cowardly Lion. Missionaries, will they get a conversion? They do not. One of them dies in the attempt. One absconds into the safety of the knights. And Hera, look at this. Look at this. Oh my god, he got the skirmisher, but will he lose a monk for it? Yes, he will. Oh, a monk for a skirmisher. Not the greatest of trades. And now he's parked himself, rather camped himself out next to this relic. Any red monk. I was going to say knight. I don't know why I do that. Knight. Any red monk that moves out in this direction. But again, look at MbL's vision. He does not care what is out on the map. He does not care about relics. He wants to know, how can I attack as fast as possible? At least that's what I suspect. For now, though, both players kind of gathering their armies. MbL's villager lead is whittled down to 1. His opponent does have an extra town center up. Army count, though, he is ahead, but a lot of it is in skirmishers. Out of 27 army counts, 17 of it is skirmishers. 5 monks. Isn't it funny how the icon at the top is still monk, even though it's a missionary? Why does it say monk here? Ooh, be careful, be careful. Will he get any conversions? Okay, does manage to get 2 knights. Fantastic pickup there for MbL. No more light cavalry in this army, which means that these missionaries are pretty damn safe. And now he's trying to convert 2 more. Gets 1. Wow. Oh, will he get reconverted? No, the sniper line becomes fainter and fainter as the knight leaves the radius. What a terrible engage there for Hera. Great engage for our Spaniard. Oh, who's now out on the field? Ooh, he's going to see the relic, but the question is, will he see the scout unit there? Which in 15 seconds will be a light cavalry unit, which means only 2 whacks required to get rid of this monk, because their attack bonus will jump, I believe, from +6 to +10. There it is. And there's the forward castle. There's another town center for our Spaniard. Okay. Okay, let's see it. This is what I... Again, when a player doesn't scout as much and all he scouts is the avenues of attack towards his enemy, it shows you he's not interested in gathering relics until now that he's got 1 monk at the northern edge of the map. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just a feeling that I have. Nothing that our Portuguese can do to engage into this army. They're both circling each other in a dance, in a monk dance. Tries to get that knight back. But now I'm a little bit scared for our Spaniard because his army, again, mostly skirmishers. Light Cav do close in. They don't get a single missionary, though. 65 HP compared to the 45 here, which does mean they do take a bit more of a pounding. And now there's a castle that Hera discovers right as it fires arrows right onto his head, and he loses control of his secondary gold pile. Oh man, what does Hera have? He's building a counter castle. 98 villagers for one, 104 villagers for the other. Army supply also very, very similar. Here we go. The conquistadors are out. I made such a big stink about these being 2 gunpowder civilizations, and we've got at the 33-minute mark of the game the first gunpowder unit. But stables, archery ranges are the name of the game for our Portuguese. Let's see some hand cannoneers. Let's see Although who's kidding who? They're probably for skirmishers, right? Players disengage yet again. Hera sees another castle being built and right underneath his nose. Is he going to rush up to Imperial? Yes, he is, but a little bit too late. Our Spaniard rushed up a little quicker. Again, just over a minute ahead of his opponent. Both players just playing absolutely fantastically, but the conks are here. Their accuracy is terrible. 65% base accuracy is the reason why 3 conquistadors who have been parked here for the last 5 years have only gotten 1 kill. Crossbows he's going. Okay, I thought for sure skirmishers, especially having seen the conquistadors, but crossbows, I guess, a pretty damn good solution as well. A few cavalry units here see the town center. Don't know about this one just yet. So 5 town centers for our Spaniard, 4 for our Portuguese, who's now being discovered here. Ooh, as well. Chemistry, handcart, forging, a whole slew of upgrades for both players. Has Red seen this relic? Yes, he has, but he must have seen the he must have seen that light cavalry unit. Villager turns around, deals with a pesky lion at the same time as these conquistadors. Oh, now they're getting kills. Now they're getting kills, but only 2. Okay. Man, their accuracy. Hera chooses this moment. Oh no! Is he paying attention? Is he paying attention? Uh-oh. 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 Look at them absconding on their little donkeys. Adorable. Conquistadors dying to these crossbows. Okay, never mind. Crossbow for the win here. 2 kills. So the 3rd conquistador, the one who has no kills, does end up dying. Where is the red monk? What happened to that red monk? I missed it on the mini-map. Hera getting not much done with this body of cavalry that was there before. Moves in. MbL secures his position with 2 gates. This is a lot of security for these 2 trebuchets as they begin their bombardment of this castle on the high ground. Hera, 400 stone, can repair this for days. He is not attacking. Why? Because MbL is starting to push his units into choke points, starting to push them into areas to cut. Hera's off, and oh no, a treb out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, what the hell was the point of building the gate? What the hell was the point of building the gate? Oh man, a bit of a mistake there by MbL. Will he lose? Does lose a treb. Does lose a treb, but honestly, 1 treb for how many light cavalry units? Oh, they are getting a good amount of work done. They're killing villagers as well. Ultimately, though, MbL stands strong. His trebs, 3 of them still around. And let's see what he can get done. Hera's stone pile getting slowly depleted. He is at now sub 200, but 200 stone for our Spaniard means that this castle might just fall. 1 castle does fall. 3 trebs against 3 trebs. This castle now is on the high ground. MbL still has 200 stone. His bombard cannon is trying its darndest. Gets rid of 1 treb. And whether or not gets rid of a 2nd treb as well. Whether or not this castle falls, these skirmishers are absolutely having their way with these crossbows. 16 kills is pretty damn good for these skirmishers. As they now move in, Conquistador comes out. Conquistador dies immediately. There's a bombard cannon here now for our Portuguese as well. Look at these missionaries just hanging out in the front. Oh my god, we're getting supremacy. I love it. I love seeing it. Okay, where are they going, these conquistadors? Who are they trying to kill? What are they trying to kill? Why didn't they go after the bombard cannon? The castle falls. Both players wasting a huge amount of stone. Hera even buying stone at the moment, but not something he can continue in the long term. Not when it costs 179 gold for 100 stone. But both players blowing a whole bunch of stone. And our Spaniard is beginning his assault. Conscription. Pike. He sees the crossbows. Not too sure about the pikemen. Maybe he just wants to protect these missionaries, these skirmishers. But you have knights. And there's supremacy again. He delayed it, I guess. Now he's researching it again. These knights are getting a good amount of work done. These conquistadors are not. 3 kills only. We'll keep an eye on all of these raiding, all of this raiding. In the meantime here, the real battle, the meat and guts, meat and potatoes. is here in the center, where yet again these Spanish skirmishers, 23 of them now, have held strong. Hera losing a few too many of these crossbow units. Discovers the move out here from MbL. Not this one though. MbL extending the Spanish Empire to reach additional gold, additional stone, perhaps even lumber, maybe some gazelles. Light Cav is chasing a villager. The villager has 80 HP and 3 melee, 4 pierce attack. That is bonkers. That level of armor. Where are you going, Mr. Monk? Where are you going, Mr. Monk? Are you just a juicy target? No, you die immediately. Defensive castle going up for MbL. Not too sure about this location. Kind of middle of the road. Not really defending much. As our Portuguese now moves in, wants to stymie the gold collection of our Spanish. Monk brings home a relic. So Hera doing what Hera loves to do, which is fighting back with his light cavalry / hussar units, whatever he has at his disposal. He sees raiding, he says, I want a piece of that action, and immediately, but he's run into a wall off here, and knights have basically decimated his light cavalry contingent. He's got 13 left, building 5. Another attempted run by here to the south, but is he leaving his center a little bit too exposed? I think he's confident that his bombard cannons can hold here. But I don't know. There's 6 bombard cannons from the Spaniard. Remember, they fire 18% faster. So they fire at a 5.5 second delay. That being said, I don't think we saw the arquebus upgrade. No, we didn't. There's nothing really here to stop the light cav. These light cav that are up here would have absolutely shredded this army down here. Instead, they're getting a whole bunch of villager kills. Villagers that know that dies as she attracts. No, she doesn't die, but look at Hera leaving her to the lions. Oh my god, what a move there out of our Portuguese. Let's see if the lion catches up to the villager. She does. The lion's on the high ground. The lion might actually kill this villager. No, I think the castle fired on it. And the light cav are going to try to decimate this wood line at the same time. Wait. Did Hera just lose a castle? No, he canceled it and rebuilt it here. No, of course. I got scared. I saw this castle canceled. I saw 190 stone. The trash wars have begun at the 46-minute mark of the game. We still have some leftover crossbowmen. I want to click these crossbows just to see how many kills they have. 28. Not great. Castle almost up. 60%. But 3-4 bombards are coming here, and a defensive castle to protect them as the light cav wreck the skirmisher population. How many skirmishers are left? Only 12. He's training 7 more. Hera, isn't this the worst when you build a castle and as you build it, it comes under attack by units you have no way of getting to, and then they just absolutely shred your structure the second after it goes up? It did nothing, accomplished nothing, and then just goes down. Hera holding the line here. Look at this. We got a little bit of a dance here by these crossbows as they move into the castle firing range. But MbL is too busy. He's trying to get rid of these light cav. Should be firing on the crossbows. Now he's starting to fire. Add a few skirmishers into the castle. Add a few arrows and absolutely decimate. Oh no, Hera is starting to lose a whole bunch of structures. MbL is penetrating the center of Hera's base. But Hera's already pivoted west. He's already pivoted southeast. But in come the Spanish villagers. They attack on a 9. They've got massive armor. They move super fast, and they've got 80 HP. Look at the attack bonus against buildings. 18 attack bonus against buildings. They are going to chase. What is this red blob? He brought in a whole bunch of villagers here. Oh my god, and now they're chasing bombard cannon. Our Spaniard has 158 villagers. He does not care. Let them chase, let them die. I don't think Hera can do... Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think Hera can do a damn thing about this reinforcing column of 28 villagers. This is 2,000 army count right now. 2,000 HP of army count. Hera's army pushed back to the rear position while at the same time MbL readies the next push. He's got 4 bombard cannons. Where are they? What are they doing? So they are continuing to take down structures anything and everything that gets in their way is about to get demolished. And at the worst possible time, Hera pulls back the majority of his army instead of engaging. But what the hell can you do? You're attacked on 3 fronts. You've got bombards destroying structures to the west. You've got a reinforcing column of skirmishers and spearmen, and one very confident missionary with his adorable emo punk donkey with the red fringe of hair through the center. While at the same time, you've got 38 villagers that are basically attacking on a 9. I mean, compare that to the halberdier. The halberdier attacks on an 8. Actually, let's put them side by side. Ignore. Oh, you can't. No, we can't do that because they're the same civilization. But anyway, one attacks on a 9 with 80 HP. One attacks on a 8 with 60 HP. Both have 3 melee armor. I mean, ignoring the bonuses of the halberdier, which are, you know, we all know what those are. Against things like crossbows, these villagers are going to do much, much better. They have the same pierce armor as well. Man, these villagers. So 1 front, 2 front, 3 front, and our Portuguese just cannot. His base has been cut in half. There's no military support here. He's got no military structures over here at all. He can't train any military here to defend these 52 exposed villagers. His entire military industrial complex lies to the south, and it is made up of 4 archery ranges. 7 stables is not bad when you've got 1575 food, but it is not great, especially when you're now putting out fires in 3 different locations, especially when you don't have the Hussar upgrade. Let's take a look at the stats. 129 light cav, 122 skirmishers, PKPM for Hera right at the end of the game. No surprise there that he's dealing with multiple fronts. PKPM towards the middle for MbL. The economy, about 10% difference. Relic's not really playing a role, about less than 1,000 gold difference. More wood for our Spaniard, more food for our Portuguese. And then the scarcer resources, about an extra castle and a half's worth of stone for him. And about 4,000 almost difference in gold. Let's see conversions. 17 conversions by our Spaniard out of an army count of 235 is what? I don't even know. 7%? About 7%? 6 to 7%. Kill count fairly identical. Our Spaniard getting 49 villagers to the 29 of his opponent, but ignoring those villager kills, the total kills are pretty similar. And MbL just securing his base, methodically taking the gold to the back until he felt comfortable enough to take the gold to the front, expands with a massive amount of town centers, 5 town centers to the 4 of his opponent, sees that Hera isn't out on the map and says, you know what, oh, a nice piece of land, I'll take it, plops down a castle, then adds a whole bunch of infrastructure, and then just that supremacy was the cherry on top of the sundae, and these villagers are just running amok. How many kills on them? 3 kills on these villagers, which is not a lot, but more than usual. And with this paramilitary push to the back, the military push to the front, and the absolute destructive power of the bombard cannons in the center, it is our Spaniard, MbL in red, who takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.